Steve Harvey. If you look at him, he look like one of the Wayans brothers. He look like Damien
Oh,
or
okay, I see.
Keenan.
Let me see.
Tell me I'm lying, though.
No, he looks like that's Steve. That dude looks like Steve, look like young Steve or something, bro. Oh heck no, it's the mustache in the
Pull up a
bald
picture
head
of
though.
Keenan.
Yes,
Pull up
bro.
a picture of Keenan.
I know
Keenan
what you
Ivory.
mean, but you know Keenan Ivory played Steve Harvey though on the show on SNL, so it could be some weird mixture.
No, not
Nah.
Keenan Thompson. I'm talking about Keenan Ivory Wayans, the guy.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see that a little bit, but no, I definitely see the Steve Harvey, like for sure. I don't know why they cast this guy,
Also play Steve Harvey.
huh? Who?
What happened?
You know, shoot, one of them parodies he plays. Didn't he play Steve Harvey in one of those parodies?
Who?
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Oh,
No. Oh, maybe he did. I don't know.
I don't know.
He got
Steve Harvey when Keenan was still doing comedy like that.
no.
Steve
I'm
Harvey
gonna
wasn't
have
even
to find it.
popping like that.
I'm sure I've seen him play Steve
Keenan
Harvey
Ivory
before.
Wayans is a fool, so
Type it in Google. I bet you it'll come up.
I don't put a nut past him.
For real. All right, man. Welcome to NerdFlow Podcast. This is issue.
Hey, what up, player once?
168. This is a NerdFlow. Whoa. I straight up just like flubbed. I haven't flubbed in a very long time.
Rewind.
That's a first.
Rewind.
This is NerdFlow Podcast, issue 168.
Yes.
How y'all doing tonight?
For real.
You know, Royalty full
My
of
brain.
glitch drink, so his brain racing.
My brain glitched.
So, yo, on tonight's show, we got Riario, we got Dope Gamer, we got Royalty, we got myself, y'all. So, man, we finna give y'all a good show. We got a bunch of topics to talk about tonight. So
yes, we will be kind of brief rundown of what we're doing tonight. We'll be talking about Cap's return to the MCU.
or lack thereof.
Or I have a theory though.
I have a no. I don't have a theory. I'm mad, but we're gonna keep it going.
We're gonna do a recap on WandaVision. So spoiler alert. So when that comes around, if you haven't watched the first and second episode of WandaVision, you can stick around if you want. If you don't care, I know you got those people that don't really care. They're still gonna watch it. Doesn't really spoil it for them. So yeah, man, let's get into it. Hold on, let me see. We had Miss Magic Management. That's a hell of a Twitch name. Just followed us a couple minutes ago. Capped FPS followed us also as well. That's a hell of a Twitch name, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Love it.
Aside from that one time, me and Doe was playing. I think we was playing Gambit, and the boy name was what was it? Popeye's biscuit with no water.
With no drink or something like that.
Yo,
Popeye's biscuit with no drink.
We gonna get out the Popeye's biscuit slander. I mean, even though I'm not eating carbs or bread or nothing like that right now, yo, Popeye's biscuits with some honey is like the dry ass biscuit to me is KFC biscuit.
But no, so
yes,
well,
true. I agree.
Like if you eat a McDonald's biscuit plain,
bro,
like
at least the Popeye's biscuit got butter on it.
Right.
Bro, every time I eat a biscuit from anywhere, I be side-eyeing a drink so hard. Like, let me make sure I got me a bottle of water right here. I ain't about to mess around and kill myself. Shit, on no accident.
Like, I'm gonna tell you about to me what KFC biscuit tastes like. Like if you eat it plain, it's just like you wish you got a bucket of gravy right here.
Bro.
Boy.
But nah, no knock the Popeye's biscuits, but you gotta tread very carefully if you're eating them joints though.
Oh, most definitely. You definitely got to throw some honey and some jelly on that joint.
Bro.
No, back in my football days, man, like real shit. Go get a dozen of them Popeyes biscuits and some honey. Couldn't miss.
I said a dozen.
Dang, boy, you be on that toilet like, Lord.
I'm not eating all that much shit, bro. Not like that, man.
Man, I gotta call up.
A dozen, dog. He going ham on a dozen.
Teddy bear bottle of honey.
Bro. No butter, nothing.
I'm gonna tell y'all what almost killed me as far as like bread.
Oh man.
Dunkin' Donuts, like their donuts are pretty much like dry cake donuts. And
As
they
I
I've
can't remember.
as I've gotten older, I used to didn't like cake donuts, but now like the blueberry cake donuts be hitting, bro. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get me a mix at Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. Like sometimes when I come from my girl house and go home, like I'll stop, give me a big coffee and give me 10, 5 and 5, 5 of the regular, 5 of the blueberry. Bad boys be on hit.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can't. I
know.
can't lie. Can't lie.
Like
Can't lie.
since I
Join
started
us
cutting,
next time, guys, on Food Flow.
Facts.
I know,
like real
right?
talk though, I
Hey,
got
and in
to
the
figure it out.
Discord, we got a food flow channel. Please, if you can cook or you buy some good ass meals, please post pictures in the food flow channel so I can salivate over your foods and you over mine. I know that was
I
weird, but I like looking
posted
at
a
pictures of
thing
food.
the other day.
Food
Start
fight.
some with
I
y'all. Who's
posted
the
a
chef
thing
in this
the other
group?
day.
Who's the chef?
Voila.
Ask your ask your aunt Gina and her husband about how my stuffed boudin, how they was like, dang. Like I made some stuffed boudin. I took the boudin, I took some fresh Gulf shrimp, sauteed it in the pan, put me a little, Cajun seasoning on it, chopped up some andouille sausage, some green onions, split the boudin, put the sausage and the Gulf shrimp in there, top it with some remoulade, and then top it with some green onions and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Well, you talking about, and it looks small. You're like, man, this ain't nothing. This is a little snack. You eat that thing, that bad boy is formidable. You be full off that one little link with the sausage in it. Man, I'm telling you, bro.
Okay, we'll say that for another time. I was dead serious about who's the chef in this group, though.
I am. I'm one of them. I ain't gonna say the. I know Quinn can cook too.
Well,
Well,
you
I
know,
be.
don't let Angry be on here. Angry gonna be like, gonna try to sit everybody down.
Yo, like me and Cuz go at it, bro. When I was still staying in the same city with him, me and Cuz would go at it. Like he'll have to come to me, all right, you won this round. Then I had to come around, all right, you won this round, you know what I'm saying? Like that was some Goku Vegeta type stuff, though, bro.
In the
nothing wrong with
kitchen.
nothing wrong with a friend. I still got a beef with my friend. This day we supposed to have a wing cook off and we never did. One of my other friends, good friends, but we gonna get it one day. Shout out to my boy Q&A if you watch. You like.
All right,
But
y'all.
anyway,
Let's get into the weeks of pop culture and fandom, man.
Mm.
Let's kick it off with Spider-Man 3. So Spider-Man 3 has a name now. Also on top of that, Mr. What is his name? That plays Daredevil. Damn.
Murdoch. No,
Charlie.
that's his real name.
Charlie Cox. There we go.
Charlie
There we go.
Cox.
Thank you. Charlie Cox was seen leaving the set, so therefore gets rid of that whole debunk that we had some episodes, some issues ago, saying that he wasn't in the movie. So he's definitely in the movie. Was leaving the set of Spider-Man 3. But the name of the title of Spider-Man 3 is going to be Spider-Man Homecoming 3, which is
I thought it was Home Run.
No, I think Tink reported that she said it was Homecoming 3. Which it had a double. I think she said it had a double meaning because it's the other two Spider-Man are coming home,
Right.
Far from home.
mm-hmm. And you
Far
have
from
Homecoming,
home.
far from home.
and you have 3 Spider-Man or Spider-Man.
You know what's the one thing that's concerning me about this
What's up?
next Spider-Man? It's either gonna have to be 3 to 4
Homecoming
hours.
3. You're right. My bad.
It's gonna have to be at least 3 hours long, or it's gonna be too convoluted that I guess the way I you know what, I can't say that because they did great sharing screen time with all the Avengers movies, but this is Sony doing it, so I don't know if
I mean, Marvel has their
Input.
and
Just a
they
little
have
bit.
they have their hand in their input. We'll talk about that. There's something that we're going to talk about later that actually plays into that, but we'll get to that later. I don't want to say too much. For more MCU news, we also got the confirmation of Deadpool 3 will be happening and will be in the MCU. Not sure how, but I feel something else is going to play a part why it is part of the MCU.
Didn't Tink show us a screenshot of Quicksilver?
Yeah.
In WandaVision?
Uh-huh.
So that would make sense.
Yeah. So the guy that played Quicksilver in the Fox movie has been rumored to be in Doctor Strange, not as Quicksilver, but he's supposed to be casted as Nightmare, because Nightmare is supposed to be the main villain of Doctor Strange too. So supposedly he's casted as Nightmare, to my understanding.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate when they recycle people like that, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, you only got so many. I mean, you only got so many actors to go around, and then you got some actors that feel a certain type of way about superhero movies. I ain't gonna never do a superhero movie. Put that check in front of you. All right, I'll do it.
But if you think about it, there's nothing wrong with him playing Nightmare, because Nightmare could just as easily be, a prosthetic or CGI character.
Yeah. Just like Dormammu. So,
NVIDIA, I was excited about this news though. A lot of people were worried about, is Kevin Feige going to change the rating, because we know how important this franchise is, and they're not just going to just throw it out the window like that.
No, they confirmed it. They confirmed they're doing it. It's gonna be
rated R though.
It's gonna be one of the first rated R Marvel movies. That's also the reason behind the conversation during the Investor Day. They didn't really kind of touch on it too much, but before Investor Day, the conversation has been about merging Hulu with Disney Plus. And so the conversation that came out of it was that Disney Plus is going to get a mature section on the application. So all that stuff, any of the Marvel stuff that was, that's rated R, Deadpool. I mean, a lot of the rated R stuff that they do have is going to be like the Netflix stuff. Most of the stuff from Hulu is already canceled already. I don't know. We didn't even talk about this. They canceled what show that just came out on Hulu? Hailstorm has been canceled already on Hulu. The Hulu Marvel shows don't last, man. I don't know. Maybe because it's Hulu. I don't know.
But I loved what's our favorite series on Hulu that they kind of put on to Disney Plus now? The Runaways.
Yeah, the Runaways are on there now. There's a lot of.
It was thought through perfectly to be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, did they put? No, they haven't put Cloak and Dagger on there yet. I'm pretty sure that'll be coming at some point. All right. NVIDIA had a special keynote. With COVID and all this stuff going on, I completely forgot that CES was a thing. Mm-hmm. I really did. and I started seeing, I had Sony stuff popping up on my YouTube feed. I'm like, oh, CES.
Yeah. It was like one of the biggest virtual cons or something, they said.
Oh, I bet.
But in NVIDIA's keynote, they just basically, this is kind of backwards. I don't know the logic behind it, but maybe I didn't really dive into it. But they released the 3060 Ti before the 3060. I don't know why they did that, but they released the 3060, which is supposed to have 12 gigs of GDR6 RAM. And it's supposed to, you get ray tracing and all that goodness at an entry level prices. They're starting it at $329. Once scalpers get their hands on it, they're probably gonna double or triple. But it's supposed to be released in February. So to go back to
what you said on. So what you said on last week about Bitcoin and NVIDIA cards, you kind of what NerdFlow does, even though we don't try, we kind of prophesy some stuff, bro, because Bitcoin just, and then at my place of employment, a bunch of the new cards kind of showed up, and then a bunch of the cards just got sold, and I'm like, I know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because a guy one of the guys that does the online stuff in my store, he just had like a bunch of like 2060 cards and all this other stuff in this cart. And I'm like, the hell? We got some of those? And he's like, yeah, somebody bought a bunch of them. I'm like, somebody cashed out on it.
Available in your location.
Yeah.
Buy now.
Yeah. I seen a headline somewhere where they said NVIDIA is probably going to be making miner cards. And if you know about the miner cards don't have any ports on them. They don't have any DVI or anything like that. It's just I think they maybe have one, but it's like nothing. You can't game on it. Like the firmware won't let you game on it. You can only mine Bitcoin with it. So hopefully they in the future they do that so these gamers can get back to gaming.
Exactly.
But
I was trying to build these mining PCs and stuff. Yeah.
But so this card is let me see here. So they're saying basically you can. So what this card is doing is replacing the tried and true GTX 1060. So the 1060 is still a formidable opponent on maybe like last gen's games. You know, you're still able to get that 1080p, 1440p high frame rate on those 1060s. But on these newer titles like Watchdog Legion, you know what I mean, and Cyberpunk, you're not able to hit that on the 1060. So this 3060 is basically here to replace that card. That's what it's doing. It's like, so they said, well, Watch Dogs Legion, like you would get like 1080, like 40 frames a second, or I'm sorry, you're getting 1080p and 60 frames a second on that card. That basically was what the 1060 was, I guess, for 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. So, I mean, I guess I don't know why they released this, and then I don't know why they released the TI and then this. I don't know. I didn't look into why they did that, but it seems kind of butt backwards to me. And in addition to that, the keynote just released. They just announced like the RTX laptops. They're coming out with the RTX laptops. So basically, the engineering in them is gonna provide more power, like on battery, allow you to game longer, and they're making them thinner. So, I mean, it's just the same old stuff. They're just saying, "Hey, look at our new shiny laptops," and now you can game on your PC, at a affordable cost, $329. So that's pretty much what that was about.
Get them damn cards in stock, bro.
Yeah, get them in stock. And they also announced that Outriders is gonna support DLSS or ray tracing.
I got a tip from one of our followers told me that Outriders is supposed to be dropping a demo towards the end of February. So we'll be seeing what's up with that. I'm gonna play it on PS. Yeah, hopefully it's been improved from what I played at the end of the year. All right, so we had an apology from CD Projekt Red that came out this week, publicly apologizing and explaining as far as everything that went on, not to blame the developers for the decisions that were made. The CEO basically saying it was all their decision as far as what the decisions they made and what they chose to do to push the game out when they did, and not really, really truly testing them for last gen consoles and really, doing all the steps they needed to take, because they said they did come across some difficulties with developing for last gen, and which is the reason why they kind of really, what he said, they kind of really put PC in the forefront of what they were doing. Right. And for the most part, they really didn't. They really should have just held last gen, honestly. I mean, that's really what they probably should have done.
Marcin, it was his name, Iwinski. Basically, he was saying like when they were trying to they kept, once they put it out, there was a bunch of bugs that they didn't know until people start playing it, and they were saying that it was since the world was so densely populated and everything was just so packed, they kept running into snags, and they couldn't foresee. I don't know why, but they couldn't foresee that it wouldn't perform well on the base consoles, Xbox One base console and PS4.
Yeah.
So, and he basically he stood up there and got up there and he was like, "Look, man, I apologize, and I don't know if it was fully him, but he took the brunt of the.
He kept saying him and the people. He said in the response, him and the people that sit around the table that make the decision.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I don't know if he was the fearless leader. Like, hey, I'm gonna eat this one. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna take the bullet for this one, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that time for y'all. Or you know how that goes.
They also put out like I didn't really get a good look at the roadmap because I was kind of listening to the audio from it when I saw it pop up on my YouTube feed. But
Late
they also
2021.
they put
Yeah,
up
Late
a
2021.
put up a roadmap for a lot of the fixes and the DLC and
feeds and everything like that. Yeah, they did
there's
that.
supposed to be a multiplayer coming, but I heard some stuff.
No, just fix regular, fix single player. Before you start getting all of that, because that's gonna be a whole new thing.
That's a whole
But
nother monster.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean, I think that was good that he stood up and did that, and
Yeah.
took responsibility for that. But he needed to do that. He needed to do that. He needed to play damage control because he saw where this was headed.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he's like, I have to, I have to nip this in the bud because this can't keep going. You know, back when we reported that the employees grilled them in a Zoom meeting. It's like, what's up? Why did y'all make us do this? Da da da. Employees were mad, the fans were mad. So he's like, I'm pretty sure it was eating at him and people were getting at him. So he really he didn't have any choice. He had to come out and say something about that.
Had to.
he was behind. He was under the gun.
He was really, yep.
And I'm pretty sure they invested a lot of time and money into that game, and
Yep.
something had to be done.
And the investors too, right? He had to come up with something for them, like
yeah,
because they want their money.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Sure.
So this game got to end up turning profit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now it was the fastest selling game, but people were getting their money back. So
yeah, not much how much did they lose in the fact of them having to refund? I think is one good thing too. PlayStation 5s will be getting restocked just in time for tax season. We got a window of time on that one.
I don't know when that's gonna be, but I will say this:
has been pushed back to next month. So
February 12th.
Yeah, if you try to file your taxes now and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, you probably can file them and they'll be, just in Independence State. Don't be looking for no check the first week of February.
Nah.
IRS will start accepting until February 12th, which I feel like it's a good thing for certain people, because given this pandemic, probably a lot of people addresses and changed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, that gives you time to collect your W-2s and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Now TurboTax is doing they'll loan you up to your, what your refund is, but you got to pay it back, but it's 0 interest. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm sure other people, other companies have that feature too. I know TurboTax is probably not innovated that, but
Block and Jackson Hill, all those places been doing that.
Right.
Tax loan. But like to me, like it's just something I wouldn't do. I'd rather just wait on my own money to come to me directly to my account than dealing with, them and probably some hidden fees or something like that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's beneficial to people that really need it, right? So there's a benefit there, but you just getting your money like I gotta have it now for the sake of gotta have it now, then that's
like I can't wait.
But March realistically, hopefully, is when this restock will happen.
Yeah.
I hope PlayStation heard this news and be like, yes, we got a little bit more time.
Hell yeah. Hopefully so. Birthday's in March.
Realistically, that's what I say. I'm getting it. It's in March. I'm not,
I'm still waiting till the summer.
That'd be perfect.
Let me get close. Let me get close to when some other titles are being released.
Yeah, that Ratchet and Clank and that Returnal. That's it. That's all I need, man.
Yeah, I mean I said last week, like I'm not really into no type of like way where it's like, oh man, I need something to come out. I got a backlog like with Game Pass and I got PS Now and all these free games that Epic Game Store keep giving me every damn month.
And then
right,
like you good, I'm good.
Right.
Even with the free games from PlayStation Plus, my backlog of physical games, and
yeah, even when I get a 5, I'm like, I probably ain't gonna be able to play. The only thing I want when I get a 5 is Miles. That's it. Everything else they can wait.
Yeah.
Be honest.
You know what my main reason for a 5 is is because like I've been reading on and I think it was sometime earlier in the year we talked about that Street Fighter 6 is gonna be released on next
Yeah.
gen. So like with Street Fighter 6, Miles Morales, and the New Horizon game, it's just like a few of those I want. I'm not like trying to go cop everything. It's just a few of the ones that
No, I mean, and on top of that, of course, a lot of these games are backwards compatible, so you got a plethora of stuff to play through. If your backlog is, that's a lot of this stuff
yeah,
is gonna work. It's like on a PlayStation, it's literally like almost like a handful of games that don't work on the system. There's like, it's like Billy coming in. Why doesn't blah 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 doesn't work? Like, bro, there's nobody buy that game. Sorry.
Right.
That's it. You don't want that bought the copy. We sold one unit, and it was you.
and them the games that you find at Five Below.
That's that
Facts.
that's that movie exchange game, bro. Why they got so many copies of it at GameStop? Chris Evans returns as Captain America to the MCU. This was leaked this week, saying that he was in talks to make a return to the MCU after his leave and supposedly in leave as his character ended in Endgame. I was about to say freaking Infinity War to catch myself. In Endgame. What are the thoughts on this? I got a theory about it though. Two theories actually.
I'm gonna let everybody get their stuff out, and then I'm gonna say why I'm mad.
All right.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. All right. I personally don't know how him coming back what it's gonna do to the story arc. Cause like,
right.
This just how I'm feeling right now. I'm not saying like, I'm not looking forward to him coming back. I just want to see like what is it gonna do for the future MCU storyline. Okay. Cause I'm still hurt that that Tony's gone. Cause like, and I know it's kind of like there's a way for you to bring Tony Stark back if you're going to bring Captain America back as well.
Right. Yeah, that's also that. But that's also if the actor if the actor that's playing it wants to, so that's another part of it too, if he wants to. Because I don't think RDJ really, he's like, chapter done, closed. You know how actors get when they get to a point like I don't want to be typecast. We want you to be typecast because we like you.
Right.
That's literally
What's your name? Who didn't want to be Superman in the movie, you bastard?
Tom Welling that wasn't doing nothing with his life,
Welling.
and then ended up he showed up on Lucifer, and then that was it. And then anyway, and he just came in as no power Superman on the crossover. But anyway, but yeah. So my theory is two things. Chadwick Boseman's involvement in Phase 4 was very involved as a character. The plan for it, they got to have a contingency plan of having somebody to fill that role as not really a leader, because we kind of know that Spider-Man and Captain Marvel are going to kind of lead it up a little bit more, but I think they probably need to bring somebody back in to kind of fill that spot for what the plans they were going to have for Chad, because he's supposed to be very involved in Phase 4 as a character.
Well, I felt like in Phase 4 that when I saw that he was supposed to be very involved, because in the comics Black Panther did become the leader of the Avengers.
Right. He did. Well, the one did I read? I think the introduction of, I can't remember, where Captain America, he was like, I'm about to leave the Avengers, but we need someone. And he was trying to get Black Panther to come on. I think is after they beat, what's his name? The dude name would start with a Z.
Baron Zemo?
Yeah.
Yeah, after they beat Zemo.
Yeah, but he was like a clone or something. I forgot what comic I was reading. But yeah, anyway.
So the other part of the other theory is that he could be on to do a show to explain his journey to returning the stones. Could also be a thing, because I mean, Disney Plus and Marvel Kevin Feige, they're just handing out Marvel TV shows like it's candy. Nick Fury got a show. Everybody got a show, bro. So I mean, that could be a very interesting show to kind of show as far as like his journey. Of course, in movie time it happened pretty quickly, but and also top of that too, what's his name that plays Falcon? He literally says, he talks about a little precursor to the show. He said, "I never accepted the shield at the end of Endgame." So there's another Cap there's another Cap. If you watch the trailer, there's another person playing Captain America that's in there. He has a suit on and everything. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but there's another Captain America that's gonna pop up.
We all saw the trailer. We was like, who the f is that?
Yeah, so somebody, because the government.
Not to mention
with the whole storyline of the Accords and all that stuff, the government is really kind of like over a lot of this stuff, and they just like when they were trying to do the whole thing with Iron Patriot, they wanted their version of superheroes to control and send out, and I'm pretty sure that's what that guy is. That's in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Let's not forget about the leaked footage that we talked about.
What leaked footage?
Oh, you don't remember old girl Sylvie was talking about the video where they were filming right outside her window? You don't remember?
No, I remember.
She saw somebody with Captain America's shield.
Oh.
It could have been a crazy person running.
My theory.
No, it was
Captain America.
It was a movie. It was a movie set.
My theory is that all of this is going to fold into WandaVision because I feel like in a different dimension, Cap is still fighting his fight, which is probably, because when I saw the statement from Chris Evans saying he had came back, he was just like, his response was news to me. So, so like he was debunking the statement that he was.
Of course they are until they reveal exactly what his part is going to be. Charlie Cox did just say like before the holidays, just like, I'm not in Spider-Man 3, and we just saw this fool walking off set like a couple days ago.
But as far as
he's better than Tom Holland. Can't hold water.
Nor can who else? There's somebody else that he said.
Ruffalo.
No, not Ruffalo. Somebody else is just as bad. Chris Pratt.
He looked like he can't keep a secret.
He leaked accidentally that he's in Thor: Love and Thunder. He's like, yeah, everybody knows that I'm in Thor: Love and Thunder. Tom Holland, like, you are?
Oh my god!
And Chris Pratt though, he played it off so good. Like, yeah, everybody knows. It was like he messed up, but he was just like, yeah, they know. No, we don't.
We didn't know that.
We didn't know that.
Yeah, we kind of do because if you watch the end of the movie, they all are together. Like, where to?
Yeah, we're still expecting Asgardians of the Galaxy.
It's his ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's his ship. Not that Thor needs it. He does got his own Bifrost that he can, summon and just go anywhere he wants to.
Exactly.
Like,
here's my thing. Here's why I'm upset. I'm sorry, Quinn. Go ahead.
But like I was saying, that I feel like everything in Phase 4 is gonna pretty much tie into WandaVision. Like WandaVision is what's gonna kick off Phase 4 and all the other Marvel TV shows, because this is their version of the DC crossover.
Okay.
Except they're not giving it a title; they're just making it an entire phase.
Got you.
Okay.
So in another dimension, Cap could still be doing his, fighting his fight or another timeline, and then which could also fold into in that timeline. That's when he returned the stones in a different timeline, because and that could be his series. So all of that could fold in together. Because I have a feeling with Doctor Strange too, it's gonna be up to Doctor Strange to stop those timelines from converging.
Or we get Hydra Captain America.
Yeah, that too. That's probably Phase 5.
What you got, Dope?
No, okay, so I don't know if this is coming from probably because this is nothing to do with the comics, just a straight MCU, and it's probably like a kind of a, I don't know what this perspective is, but when he handed Falcon the shield, I thought we were getting a black Captain America.
We could be potentially.
But now I know the possibility of the multiverses and in that exact movie they time travel.
Yeah.
So what is it for Cap to go back in space?
Mackie just kind of threw it out there. I guess he was just trying to, and maybe he was just trying to like dodge bullets from in the media, but he was just like, he didn't accept the shield. But we know
also do
there's
know
a but though.
We know that you do at some point accept the shield. I'm just saying, but anyway.
But it's like, why? Okay,
we seen the toys. The toys are out. They told everything.
The toys always reveal it, don't they?
Yeah,
right. We seen the toys.
And then Falcon and Winter Soldier is a one shot, so it's literally going to be just that. It's not going to be, at least to our knowledge, unless it just does overwhelmingly well. What they probably consider doing a season 2, but I think it's a one shot because they say it's basically a cinematic. It's a cinematic movie told in a TV show format in 6 episodes. That's why when you see the trailer, it looks so grand. It looked like it could literally be a movie that's going to the movie theaters. So it's being shown as a one shot.
That's how I feel about WandaVision.
But you know what? But you know what I'm saying? So they basically just saying this is a miniseries, just like remember back in the day how you had all the music miniseries and they go over a few weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
But like you said, it could get another go at it depending on how well it does.
Yeah, that could be also it too. Player One said, "Is America ready for a Black Captain America?" Well, they're about to be ready for a Black Batman as well because he's about to be the main Batman as well. So,
I think we are too.
Get ready for that.
Let's just put it this way, man.
Black Superman.
They might storm the Capitol again on them. Anyway,
like they all look. If you read comics, they all out there, man. You ain't got nothing to be upset about. We ain't making up nothing for no agenda. It's there. Stan Lee wrote it and a lot of this stuff. So
yeah, man. That's why. And you know what I'm saying. Even with this reverting back to WandaVision, I feel like WandaVision is what's gonna fold in. Deadpool, which will fold in the X-Men.
Oh man, I got so much to say about WandaVision.
Which is like I'm not. I know people get tired of me saying this, like, but somewhere along the line, we really need this Fantastic Four and Galactus. We need Galactus. Like, you cannot continue to do Marvel movies and not bring a real Galactus. And I'm talking about the Titan Galactus, not a Cloud.
I know everybody says that in passing when they mention Galactus. CBR says that when they mention Galactus. Like everybody says it, like not a Cloud, but Galactus.
Because y'all know,
hurt from that.
Like when we first started NerdFlow, when it was part of our other podcast, and we talked about it, like that was like.
Galactus is on the level of Galactus is a slap in the face of what we thought we were going to get. Just how I know some people feel indifferent about Iron Man 3, some people love it, some people hate it. On the other hand, are the different persuasion when you did what you did to the Mandarin.
Right.
And I'm still hurt about
that. And he wasn't even the real villain.
That's why I can't wait till Shang-Chi. We get the real one.
Right.
Like it was.
Where were you? Why weren't you here?
I was too busy messing up people with my 10 rings, so the world can get confused about a gauntlet that had 5 stones.
But okay, so let me throw this out here, which is not on our outline or anything. But I really feel like I know they're gonna recast these people because they're going on to do other stuff, but either Marvel needs to go ahead and do a Defenders show for Disney Plus, or drop a Defenders movie.
I think with the Netflix shows, a lot of them are, aside from Iron Fist, he's the exception to all of this. But what you call that plays Jessica Jones and Michael? What is it? Not Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael Collier. I'm about to call it, but Michael. Is that it? Yeah, it is now. Okay. Aside from those two, I think a lot of people are either fighting for them to come back as their character because the representation of them were so very well, especially with Charlie Cox with him showing up as well. Because I won't say it. I'll wait till WandaVision. Just keep going because there's something. There's something. And I can't say it right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, let's
There's
just move
something.
on, but we'll go down that rabbit hole. We'll end up going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Let's just move on
All
to
right. So Star Wars has ended its exclusivity with EA and now will be having an open world game coming to Massive, which is part of Ubisoft, and is the same team that makes the Division 2.
So they're using the Snowdrop engine.
Lol. In my opinion, that's for me. That's a lull. I'm gonna tell you why it's a lull. You played you played the Division 2. You've seen that team where they one hand don't talk to the left hand.
Right.
That's what has me very worried. If they could have given it to, honestly, if it wouldn't even, I don't care if it's like if the exclusivity is gone from EA, I'm fine with that. Give it to Respawn. Give it to who else was it? But yeah, give it to like Respawn because Respawn did a great job.
Can't say give it to Square Enix because
Lord Jesus, we'll be waiting on that game for the next 20 years, bro.
No, give it to Square Enix. Golly.
No, Lord.
Please, no.
They bombing them out of there, bro. They're
Crystal Dynamics.
You could have gave it to Ubisoft, but give it to the team that does like the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if it's the open world influence.
Yeah. But I don't know about the team that does Division. And no knock to those guys, man. They do a great job over there. It's just I feel like there's a lack of communication there. So I don't know. Now I don't know how they'll deal with the Star Wars. Maybe the fact that it's Star Wars, they'll maybe handle it a little differently because that is a factor. They're still
working on the Avatar game that supposedly keeps them from doing all the stuff they need to do for Division. So I'm just like, for real? But y'all gonna do this
I forgot about that. Y'all
still gonna do this too?
The Avatar game is in the wind, just like the movie. Let's just put them in the wind. They'll come when they come.
They still got to work on the game though. Unfortunately, that's the thing.
I mean, just like the Avatar 2 movie, you know what I'm saying? James Cameron, he was shooting and this and this. We ain't heard nothing else about that movie.
Well, I mean,
to make the first one. Which one would you rather have, the movie or the game?
A lot of people
say the movie.
A lot of people gonna say the movie because game movie adaptation don't do very well. So what would we like
I don't
to
know
see
how they messed that up.
From these Star Wars games? What would we like to see? I mean, everybody unanimously. I mean, most people are gonna say we need just a current version of Old Republic to be.
Basically, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That's basically what everybody's gonna say.
Old Republic. Don't base it on nothing that's going on now. Base it on Old Republic.
That's what a lot of
that
people gonna say.
storyline. That's one of the first PC games I had played for years until they pretty much stopped it, and it didn't matter what type of pretty much like whatever specs you had on your PC at the time. Old Republic worked with it.
I need to go back and visit that. I will have to visit it. I haven't played it.
But yeah, make it like Old Republic.
Yeah.
And then as time progress it to catch up to where it is now.
Yeah. I think that's probably the.
Hey, Tink in the building, Tink in the chat.
What's up, Tink?
Because Old Republic, the original Old Republic was on for years.
Yeah.
But why would they need to make it like a continuation of Old Republic though?
Not a continuation, but Old Republic was a straight PC game with old technology. Making Old Republic where it's open world and you can do the actual fighting yourself, and you know what I'm saying.
So what you
could pick and choose if you were part of the Force or
right. What part of the story? What part of the saga was Old Republic though?
Old Republic is basically like the beginnings of the Star Wars series. Like this is hundreds of years before Anakin and all of them.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like when they say Old Republic is before the Sith actually grabbed hold and started making moves to take over the Republic. And which, after hence after they defeated the Sith or whatnot, you had the New Republic.
Mm.
Man, because if you paid attention to Clone Wars, there was so many other battles that were going on, like way before Anakin, like the Great Jedi War that was going on.
Yeah, that's what's like the Old Republic game was basically based around two brothers. They were twins, and one became a Jedi, and one became a Sith. So,
okay.
so you
So
get
that's
to
basically
choose which
okay.
side you want to go
Beginning of
on.
everything.
And it's basically RPG, but if you can make a new Old Republic game and progress it to reach this point and put it uh like like a Final Fantasy VII remake or Kingdom Hearts style RPG type thing, then that would make that story, the cutscenes, and the progression so much more.
Old Republic was made by
Old
Republic was made by BioWare, wasn't it? I think it was BioWare at the time. I believe it is BioWare. That's why people keep saying when it was with EA, it was like give it to BioWare because they did Old Republic back in the day. Of course, not those same people are there, but that's just the legacy that they have.
Yeah,
which is
it was made by BioWare and Aspire.
Okay, yeah. So, shoot, I know who would be another good studio, but they
was
under Activision, but they do great jobs on game, and they're so underrated. High Moon and what's the other group that's under Activision? They did the High Moon did like the Transformer game from back in the day on PS3. They also did some stuff with they worked with Bungie on a couple expansions for Destiny. And so they always do they always do very, very good work. And I think those guys, but like again, it would be back to the big corporations that just want to just cash out on it. But hopefully Lucas, their new Lucasfilm Studios, they'll have more involvement and it will kind of steer Massive in the correct way. Because them doing it alone, oh Lord Jesus, I feel for them. I feel for this game.
Yo, I did
Lucasfilm Gaming would be more like it.
Yeah, which I think they're probably gonna be steering the ship on this, probably more than anything.
But I didn't know Old Republic was on Android or Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's on. I think it is. Yeah, it was on original Xbox. I think it came out to Xbox like back in the day. Yeah, I do remember that.
Around 2011, it came out on that console.
Yeah,
and I believe so because Xbox does run Windows.
Google Assistant has a Dragon Ball Easter egg. What is this?
That was so goofy.
Oh, it was horrible to listen to.
Oh my god!
Even
Cringe.
I forgot the command because I'll play it here. What was the
comparing to both of them? The responses I get from between Alexa, Google, and Siri. Google is the smartest one out of the three.
Yeah, but this is so trash.
It's okay. All right, Royalty. You ever been tuning on one of the streamers that have the when you donate bits, they can read the message, and sometimes the message gets read weird because the voice thing isn't smart enough to. So they'll just be like, they'll try to be like and it'll be like That's how this was. It was so goofy. I was like, hey, what the.
I'm gonna play it
now. Right now, I'm imagining the assistant like freaking powering up like Goku. That's what I feel like I'm about to hear right now.
It's kind of like that, like
Just listen right quick, because it's funny when you hear the assistant do it.
God,
especially because my Google sounds like Issa Rae, so it's even funnier.
Oh my god!
Put my phone to the mic. Hey Google, go Super Saiyan. Seriously, Google? You really know what you gonna? Seriously? Yeah.
Google sell them off.
No. Hey Google, go Super Saiyan. That's embarrassing, bro.
Side B. When you want your child to show out in front of company.
Hey Google, go Super Saiyan.
Let's go back to the search.
Let me see if I can do it. Hey Google.
No,
Oh, I got power. I got battery saver, and I can't do it. But I'm pretty sure they can.
Man.
go Super Saiyan.
That's terrible.
It faded out a little bit, but she's like, hey. I'm like, what is this?
That's
Like,
horrible.
that's
Google.
5 seconds of my life I'll never get back.
We need a voice
That's
actor
what
to
I'm
do
like.
that correctly.
I said, seriously, Google, that's what you gave me?
For real.
Somebody at Google actually
really?
had time to program that into the Google Assistant.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was somebody that had a pet, an intern that had a pet project that loved Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm. Did it all wrong. Dragon Ball Super could make Bardock canon in the next arc.
So after the moral arc, we started the new arc. It started on December 20th, and you have this, at the beginning of the arc, you had this little blob that's bouncing around, going into the android that Moro had absorbed. I think his name is 5-7 or something like that.
Boy, 6'9".
But 6'9", yeah, that's his name, 6'9".
Are you serious?
It's something I forgot exactly.
I literally said this off the fact that you said that, and I was like, Takashi. I was like 6'9".
But, oh no, it's his name 7-3. My bad. His name 7-3. And so the little speck is like granola. His name is Granola, which we already know Akira Toriyama and the whole Dragon Ball thing as
the
far
food
as
thing.
naming characters after food. Yeah.
Foods. Is he
All right,
hungry drawing this half the time?
So the thing is that how Bardock may come into the fold. Bardock is the spitting image. I mean, Goku is the spitting image of Bardock. Looks exactly like Bardock, except Bardock ended up getting that scar. But Granola says he is a part of a race that those monkeys wiped out, and he was the lone survivor. This is how they end up making, in my opinion, this is how they end up making Baby Cannon from GT. They just changing the name to Granola and changing it from the Truffles to the new race. But it's also a way that they bring Bardock into the fold. And I feel like in this, because we all know what happened when they start fighting Baby. This is how, because they've been trying to find a way to incorporate Super Saiyan 4. So we got Ultra Instinct now. I feel like in some shape, form, or fashion, this is Vegeta skipping over Ultra Instinct, and him and Goku gonna jump to level 4.
Okay.
But like level 4 is gonna be beyond Ultra Instinct. Like I had this conversation with somebody, and they were just like, you can take the red pill and become a Saiyan, or you can take the blue pill and become Superman. And everybody was just like, I'll become a Saiyan simply because Saiyans have unlimited potential to keep growing their power, and you ain't got no shit like a green crystal kryptonite that weakens you on it, and it don't depend on the sun when you got power.
And see, part of that too, man. That person that said that Superman coming, you don't know. I mean, you don't know a lot about Superman because you got Superman Prime is the one. I mean, but
well,
that's here,
I mean,
that's the top level. But
they just basically like it was basically become Goku or become Superman.
Yeah, no.
So basically, they just saying you take the Superman, Clark Kent, I mean, Superman Prime is, God tier.
Yeah.
But, so is Ultra Instinct Goku.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things.
Honestly, Goku
But
would
it
just
was
whoop
just
his ass
like
just purely off fighting skills. Because I'm just saying, Superman can't fight worth a damn.
Superman just throw his strength around. And like when I had this argument about, people who feel like anime characters aren't really heroes and they want to stick with the American born heroes, I'm like, it was just like, oh, Superman can continually get stronger. I'm
Superman
just
can't fight
like,
worth a damn. Kara is heads and tails. Supergirl is way better than him, and so is Wonder Woman. Because
right.
they actually know Diana's been trained fighter for all her life, and
And
Kara,
Kara was
when she got the Earth, she learned how to fight before she even
right,
started to use her powers. So she knows how to
right.
actually legit fight. That's why she came in what's the movie? The movie where she came in Smallville and she could straight up just like handed Darkseid his ass, just out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember
No
exactly
cape, Daisy
what.
Dukes in a t-shirt
Yeah,
and just beat that boy.
and she could fight. Like
Yes,
Superman is a brawler. He
yes.
uses brute strength to fight,
Look
and
at
a lot of people don't
look at Man of
understand.
Steel, the movie.
Right, and a lot of people don't understand that Goku and Vegeta and them are really damn strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are they? What are their known weaknesses, though? We know Superman's is kryptonite, but they didn't really reveal.
Goku and Vegeta, when they had their tails, that was the Saiyan's weakness.
That was the
But
same
we've
weekend, yeah.
seen that Saiyans without their tail still get stronger
Right.
and can hand Saiyans with their tails their ass.
It just really
They don't
all
have, but they don't have a crippling weakness though.
it's just all based
No,
off the
they
form sometimes. Like for example, 3,
It's like we get
they're
tired,
super
but
powerful, but they're slow as hell.
yeah, they're like it, like their forms is dependent on
has
stamina.
a different weaknesses, yeah.
Yeah, like Vegeta said, why would he waste time going Super Saiyan 3? It consumes too much stamina.
And,
He learned that when he was in full Super Saiyan 2 stage.
mhm. Yeah.
You remember when they fought Cell and he just got extra big for no damn reason,
Mm-hmm.
and Cell pretty much handed him his ass.
Yep, him and Trunks came out there looking like the two dudes from Saturday Night Live.
Right. So, but basically getting to the point, this is their way. Like what they're trying to do is to make a lot of movie characters that weren't canon and GT characters that were fan
I can
favorites.
appreciate that. I just need to hurry up and freaking animate this shit so I can see it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
very
I'm
impatient.
ready. I'm ready for them to start the next arc in the anime, which I think we're supposed to be getting sometime later on this year. If not, we'll get it at the beginning of 2022.
Hopefully
But
it's this
yeah,
year. Hopefully for the summertime. Godzilla and King Kong to release 2 months early. Isn't that supposed to be hitting HBO Max, right? That's under Warner Brothers, right?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
so. I mean, I can feel that. I mean, a lot of people probably don't even know because I was sitting on the couch explaining to my wife. We were going through movies, and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but I hadn't even seen the most recent Godzilla." And I know a lot of people praised it as a better version than the actual first one because the first one, dude, I watched that movie and I didn't understand shit. It was just
Godzilla King of Monsters is the one that you're talking about. The better version.
Yeah, everybody says that seen the first one says
I
it told the
didn't
story a lot better.
I didn't want to watch it, but I was just one of them days where you sitting up looking for something to watch, and
I guess I watched
bam, it's on. It was actually good. You know what I'm saying? So it did tell the story a lot better. A whole lot better. But it was supposed to be originally released for May 21st. It's actually gonna be released on March 26th in
March
theaters. In theaters and
March is gonna be lit.
March gonna be fire. We got Justice League Snyder Cut coming. We got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we got Godzilla vs King Kong. Okay, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
You got like pure nerds that actually got jobs that they have to go and be on site. They like for that month they gonna be praying for me.
We're gonna be calling out sick like a mug. I'm on vacation. Shoot. Side note, I watched Tenet last night. It's one of those Nolan movies, bro, that you have to pay attention. Like you have to jumps to one scene to the next. Like, wait, hold on, what happened?
Well, I missed it. Yep.
I missed it.
I need to watch it again.
It's like
And
I
see,
enjoyed
with-
it the very first time, and I was just trying to put everybody up on it. Like,
boy, I'm still confused.
Bro,
I gotta watch it
the fact
again.
is,
Yeah, I gotta watch it again.
I got it. Like,
I want to
the
hear
first time I
Quinn's
watched
take on it though, because it
Okay,
yeah,
seems like
I do want to hear Young's take.
seems like he grasped it.
Okay, so
I kind of grasped
understand.
it, but I can't fully. I gotta watch it again. Anyway, go ahead.
So
Cliff
the
notes real
premise of the
quick.
story, I'm hoping I'm not spoiling nothing for anybody, is that
Spoiler
the
alert in the chat.
protagonist, the protagonist, which is John Michael David, he was a special, special ops soldier,
Mhm.
and they went into the situation where they were looking for a certain item, which they recovered, but they didn't know they were dealing with people that were going through time. And like to
Mm.
put it all in a nutshell, he didn't know that he had sent somebody back from his future self, sent somebody back to the past to recruit him to come up to speed. And as the movie progresses, you tend to see how the villain got it put in that position because his past self came back to show him how to get to that position. And so protagonist his future self, the villain future self came back to the past and gave him the tools necessary to find the pieces to complete this item that they need because somebody in the future sent the pieces back to the past so that they can stop the world from being destroyed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
John Michael David, future self, sent somebody from Robert Patterson, sent him back to the past to recruit John Michael David and stop it from happening in the past so that it wouldn't happen in the future.
Okay. Oh boy, the time movies that just we're gonna
Put it this way, with a time travel movie, like other thing that movie taught me is that a remake of a Back to the Future would be dope as hell. Confusing, but dope as hell.
I'm gonna say this much about Nolan movies. When my wife started watching, she was like, "Wait, did the movie just start?" I was like, "Remember?" I said to her, I was like, Nolan movies. She's like, "You remember Inception?" She's like, "Yeah, you're right." Because Nolan movies, they don't have no title, no letter, just start.
Right.
It's just a bunch of shit happening. I told her, remember Batman? Remember Dark Knight? When all of a sudden we just jump straight into these boys robbing the bank. That was literally it.
You don't expect the opening credit on the Nolan movie. Just
Nolan,
go straight
no,
in. Like,
credits,
straight
nothing.
to
It's
the
just
point.
like playing.
I was saying, why waste time? They know they can't. They ain't come
Exactly. You know what you paid for. You know what you bought to start the movie. Now, that's funny.
But yeah, and y'all know how I feel about Robert Pattinson. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am one of them people who just base him off playing the shiny vampire.
Yes.
But I had to give him his props in that movie.
All right,
Even
man.
though, like, for a minute, I felt like he was backstabbing my boy. But, you know what I'm saying? It all came into the fold.
It all worked out. I still got to go back and watch it again. Now that you said what you said, now I can go back and watch it, and now I can understand. Okay.
I just say that them people didn't get it the first time.
Oh no, nobody got Inception the first time because I know I didn't, and I own it, and I still don't got it.
But we good though.
But I only watched it one time, and I guess because I was watching it by myself with no distraction.
Yeah, you kind of watch a little bit more. Sometimes you watch a little bit more focused when you're watching stuff by yourself. You can really pay attention to a lot more stuff.
I keep forgetting I'm the crazy person who watches movies like 3 times.
You probably didn't hear Briari up here saying lines from the movie. Oh, he's about to say this like.
But a few movies I can watch like that, and they're like old movies. Like every time The Godfather comes on, I'm gonna watch it.
Just The Godfather.
Anytime Scarface comes on, I'm gonna watch it. Coming to America,
everybody
knows line for line.
Harlem Night, stuff like that. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, what about Coming to America 2? When is that coming out? Is it out already?
March.
No, not yet. March.
Okay. March. Another March movie.
Oh, dang. Here we go.
Exactly. Destiny 2 season 13. They came out with the first TWAB, which stands for This Week at Bungie, so I won't be saying Destiny lingo that nobody knows about. They dropped their first This Week at Bungie this past Thursday. kind of going over setting expectation, because right now in the community, the PvP streamers, PvP players feel like they've been unanswered and being left out with a lot of the things that have been going on in the game. No new maps, no rebalancing of the meta and PvP and stuff like that. So people in the community have been very disgruntled. But they were kind of like
I've been disgruntled.
starting to talk about season 13, and they're going to be reissuing some of the Shadowkeep weapons and some of the Forsaken weapons. In this next season, people are very upset about it just purely because a lot of people were forced sunsetting because of certain pinnacle weapons that were running rampant within PvP and stuff like that. And there was sunsetting was kind of their answer to get rid of certain stuff, like Mountaintop.
That was meta.
Yeah, Mountaintop, Recluse, Revoke, or some of the PvP weapons that you had to grind through PvP to get, and they were really, really good when you played in high end content, even in PvE content. So that was kind of their answer. And so in hindsight, a lot of what happened when we just got sunsetting, starting Beyond Light. And in retrospect, they sunsetted a lot of weapons. And so now they're kind of trying to reel it back because they sunset so much that they actually, this pass with this expansion, they actually had to throw some weapons back into the pool just to give people more options. And on top of that, it kind of came down to a situation that Dope was kind of in. He just picked up Shadowkeep and Forsaken, and the weapons that are in there, I didn't even think about it till they announced bringing these weapons back. The weapons, if you just picking up like Shadowkeep and Forsaken, you just picking up expansions, those weapons you're getting in the expansion, they don't mean nothing. You can't use those weapons in the main content. Like, none of it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's why I was questioning about that. I'm like, so these weapons are capped. So what, how are they going to benefit?
Yeah. So there are a lot of people are upset. Go ahead.
I literally had to go into my vault and just start cleaning house.
Yeah, a lot of people have done that where they've just kind of, and the thing is too, where some of the weapons are there.
The weapons coming back. So I just clean house. Now the weapons coming back. Like, come on, bro.
And some people say, like, with me, like, they look at my vault like, bro, you're a hoarder. I've kept some of these weapons, but I don't know if are they even going to raise the level cap on the weapons that I have in my vault that are supposed to be coming back. I'm not sure. I don't know. I know some other parts from it too as well, that the 2 dungeons that are in these 2 expansions, which is the Pit of Heresy, which is part of Shadowkeep, and the Shattered Throne, those weapons will be in there with special perks that will be exclusively to those dungeons. So you can get those weapons and get perks on them that you can't get anywhere in the game. That is one plus to it, but people are still upset of reissuing of weapons and things like that. I had a conversation with another good friend of mine that plays Destiny as much as I do. And the conversation really was that this year, which is year 4 for Destiny 2, if they were still with Activision, we would have been in Destiny 3. That's just how Activision was kind of modeling this game. But if Bungie had their way and it was still a standalone studio, Destiny 1 would still be the game we would be playing. It would, because Destiny, from a console perspective, it is the WoW of console. The game has been going on for 7 years, 6 or 7 years now. And so Destiny is really the WoW of the console world from an MMO perspective. And they finally accepted the word that there are MMO. And so I think year 4 for Destiny, for those who are just coming into the game or wanting to try it out or wanting to try it, we're in a rebuilding phase again, in a sense, because we're trying to, everybody is nostalgic about Destiny 1. Oh, remembering Destiny 1. You'll hear somebody talk about Destiny and be like, oh man, remembering Destiny 1, this and that and this. So they're starting to bring back a lot of things. I'll give you an example. For the token system that we have in the game when you play any activity, whether it be Gambit or Crucible or Strikes, the token system is going away in season 13. So Crucible and the Vanguard,
the Vanguard,
it will be going back to a rankings to a rank system where you go to the vendor and it levels up, which is what we had in Destiny 1. They're also adding just upgrade materials, which is something because you want to be able to spec out and build out your character, min-max them for the hard stuff within the game. So you'll be getting that. So a lot of the vendors are going to start to look like they used to look in Destiny 1. I think the only thing we're missing at this point is in Destiny 1, those vendors used to carry the weapons that you would get that were specifically to those activities, and they would literally every single week at reset, the perks would randomly re-roll on them every week. So sometimes somebody put out a YouTube video and say, "Hey, you need to go to Shacks and get this because it has a god roll on it. You can go out, if you got your currency saved up, you go buy it instead of grinding for it." So
me and you got Destiny 2 beef. You never did answer my question about where you get the samurai armor from for the Titan.
He be doing Royalty good at that. He'll drop something in the chat and then you ask him a follow-up question and he just won't respond. I'm like, okay.
Wait. That's Discord fault because I literally have put my stuff on all messages and I never get notifications for like the when I put something there, I be expecting like, okay, I'm just waiting to see somebody respond.
Turn your damn notifications on then.
Bro, I'm about to go look at it. Oh, but the armor, but to answer your question, is a combination of Iron Banner armor that I had, and I looked at the legs part. I'm like, wait a minute, this looks like kind of like some samurai type stuff, and so I have.
So I'm gonna have to play Iron Banner for.
I have a lot of armor, and I also have a lot of ornaments on my armor. So when I put on Iron Banner armor, I have like every single like armor there is. So I mean, it can be got
suited and booted.
Yeah, I'm suited and booted because when they bring transmog, I got so because when they add transmog, I think it's supposed to be the word is supposed to be season 14. Basically, every piece of armor you've ever had in the game, if you've been playing for that long, you'll be able to literally transmog it. And you want stats on the ugly junk, and you can just transmog it and make yourself look like you want to look in the game. So
what I really feel like what Bungie need to do is either have a cloud vault or expand the vault.
Which is why they're doing transmog, so you don't have to really too much worry about weapons. That was kind of like the answer to sunsetting as well, because they were like, okay, you're only going to care about the high-end level stuff. But I'm kind of like the opposite of the situation because I held on to certain stuff, and a lot of this stuff, like 110 hand cannons and 120 hand cannon wasn't a thing back in the day, and now they're like the meta now. And I have some in my phone. I'm like, oh, well, pull these out now. And I got God rolls on, so it's like, okay, let's go. So, yeah, they need to make the vault to 1,000. Honestly, let's be real. 1,000 slots needs to be a thing. Just do that, and I think I might be good, but then I probably won't. But
I say 2,500 at least because you run across some stuff, man, especially like different armors and stuff that you be like.
Well, that's the reason for transmog. So basically you can take any of the armor that you haven't worn. Let's say you just like the look of it, but you got shitty stats on it. You can transmog it, and you can take the look of the armor and put it on something that has like the stats you want and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll work.
All right. What is this? I'm about to butcher the name of whatever this is. What is this? This Evangelion.
How about
Evangelion? Yeah, that's what I was like. That's what I was about to say.
You ain't never watched Evangelion, Royalty?
Don't know what it is.
I'm familiar with the series or the name, but I've never gotten into it.
Nope, don't know what that is.
So
3.0.
like with Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, we had really been waiting on this since Evangelion 2.0, which ended like years ago. So the fact that it's been postponed indefinitely, like, is one of them things where it's like, oh, we finna drop a new season of Bleach that they said 5 years ago that we still ain't got yet. Which I'm hoping the new season of Bleach drops in 2021 because I'm steady seeing more and more Bleach stuff being leaked. So
somebody got it.
Like,
it ain't us though.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying like photos, mock-ups and stuff like that. Yeah. But I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I gotta give one thing to America. Like, when they start a series, they'll at least give you 1, 2, maybe 3 seasons of this show. And the thing with anime is you'll get one damn season, leave you with a cliffhanger, and they'll never fucking come back.
4 years later, season 2. Yeah, go rewatch the
Or
season again, bro.
or they'll never come back at all.
It's like that didn't work out well. We don't like it.
Like, for example, one of my favorite animes, High School of the Dead. Great season. Ended on a cliffhanger.
Dang.
Never coming again.
Speaking of animated, I don't know if anybody know this, but HBO Max has Batman animated series in HD now.
Yeah.
Just for those who, love that show.
They got Batman Ninja in HD too.
Mm-hmm. I wonder is
But
it
yeah,
4K?
I just picked up the Batman Beyond movie on VHS this weekend.
I wonder is it 4K because this Wonder Woman is
I gotta watch
4K,
that.
came out in 4K. I'm wondering a lot of this stuff is getting changed over to 4K now on HBO Max. I'm wondering.
I think what it was, Batman Return of the Joker on VHS. Movie you got Batman.
The Batman Beyond.
Batman, that was Batman Beyond.
I don't know which one. I didn't even look at it. I just like, oh, Batman Beyond.
I also noticed too on HBO Max that they're starting to release a lot of the new movies, like the new like the DC movies, animated movies that are coming out. They got a new one from I think Man of Tomorrow is on there as well. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
It just says Batman Beyond the movie.
Oh, okay. I've seen that.
That's the Return of the Joker. Is the Joker on the cover?
Yeah.
That's Return of the Joker.
Yeah.
Joker had implanted himself into Tim Drake, and when Tim Drake got older, he turned
I'm gonna
into
watch
Joker.
it.
All right, man. Let's move it on. Chun-Li coming to Super Smash Brothers Unlimited.
Street Fighters don't belong in Super Smash Brothers.
Coming from a guy that plays Street Fighter.
I can agree.
No.
They serve no purpose. Like literally, bro, I was so hyped when I got Ken and Ryu in Street Fighter. In Super Smash Bros. And then when I played with them, I was like, they don't belong here. They're trash because this is a platform board, and like their recoveries are like Chun-Li may have a good recovery because of how she bounces around the board. But Ken and Ryu, like these niggas heavy.
I think they don't cross over very well with anything. That's what I'm starting to see. Of course, we had that one Tekken game.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, we'll keep going.
Like Street Fighters don't mix with Tekken characters.
That's what I'm
saying.
The
only thing
I don't like Akuma or I don't like Geese in Tekken, honestly.
Like the only thing that works with Street Fighter characters is Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah. I would have actually liked for them to actually have done the inverse of that game, just to see how I have a feeling the inverse of what they had promised would have been better than that.
What you mean, like the inverse?
Well, it was supposed to be Street Fighter versus Tekken, which was the first game we got, and it was supposed to come out with Tekken versus Street Fighter, which it was supposed to be basically what Street Fighter on Tekken, pretty much. But again, like you said with Akuma, it didn't work out either. Still, it was kind of sort of that. Just not a whole.
And
roster.
then Akuma was in Ashura's Wrath.
Yeah.
And but like Akuma is pretty much the character that goes beyond platforms and games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, remember when they put Ryu and Chun-Li in Monster Hunter? That was like the weirdest.
Yeah.
They put some of everything in
That
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter.
Some of the weirdest.
That's Capcom.
They had Horizon Zero Dawn skins, and it's like, bro, y'all doing too much.
Tink said that they finally got Boruto dubbed. They finally got Demon Slayer dubbed too, and I've been checking that out.
They've been dubbed for a while.
Who, Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer and Boruto.
Oh, I couldn't find. I think it's just on.
Because a week
I couldn't find them nowhere. Maybe I wasn't looking hard.
After they drop a sub, like I think it was like 10 episodes in
nice.
Boruto and Demon Slayer that they started dropping the dubs, like 10 episodes of the subs.
Okay. Demon Slayer is fire. If you haven't watched Demon Slayer, please go. I love that. I love Tanjiro.
Just like I be late to the party on certain stuff. Yeah, way too late to the party.
I watched it last year, but I was watching the subs last year. And I probably left off on maybe like episode 4.
I
Huh?
don't like watching dubs no more.
And
Like
and when I watch subs, I do get immersed. But for some reason, I swayed off. But I was like, okay, subs. Let me just go ahead and watch it. And I got into it. What's the guy's name with the orange hair? Huh?
the scaredy cat.
The scared boy. That boy's scared. But when he get into his breathing, whoo, that boy said the thunder clapping something. When he got into his breath and he killed that demon, I almost shed a tear. I almost shed a tear because it was so beautiful. And then he went right back to being a P word. I was like, bro, how you go from that to that, bro?
I said,
but when he got in his stance, bro, I was like, woo. This is why I love anime.
That's my Rurouni Kenshin reference for that move. He jumped and hit some Migurumi style.
Yeah, bro. And it came out of nowhere.
Nowhere. Because he was
just
out. He had literally, he got so scared he passed out.
No, when the head rolls, spoiler alert, when the head roll and he see the creeping towards him, he's like, ah! But anyway, man, I gotta get into it. But Demon Slayer fire.
Character development too, because I got a feeling that they're gonna I really forgot the other sub character's name. You know, like the dude with the pig head.
With the pig, yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, he crazy, but like they're gonna develop those characters even more. Like,
yeah.
So, but what we talking about at first? I got engulfed into anime.
Oh no, we just got to go to the anime. We're finna go to the main topic, which is the recap for WandaVision, episode 1 and 2. Now we're not gonna go like scene by scene or nothing like that, but we're gonna kind of give, because there's a lot of Easter eggs in this freaking show.
Let me just go ahead and just get it.
I gotta watch it again.
First watch it, just have it in your mind a black and white Bewitched.
It is basically, it pays homage to Bewitched, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
I Love Lucy. I Dream of Jeannie.
And I Love Lucy. I Dream of Jeannie. That's what it pays homage to, these first two. And I kind of think that's why a lot of people wonder, like, why did they drop 2 episodes? Because they didn't want people to think that was what the show was going to be the entire way through.
Mm-hmm. Because the second episode, it starts to bring in color, and you start to see like the wine bottle. Like the wine bottle seems like it's gonna play some type of role, like maybe a clue to the next phase of the MCU. That just, you know what I'm saying, something that I actually read, and then when I read the theory, which I'm not gonna do because I have to go and find it. But
let's talk about Agnes, which is not a character in the MCU, in comics in general.
Right.
The theory is that Agnes, because Agnes keeps showing up in like a lot of different situations, she could more likely potentially be Agatha Harkness, which is the mentor to Scarlet Witch. Because Agatha Harkness, she's a supreme sorcerer as well, and she could be potentially.
And that makes sense. Mm-hmm. That makes so much sense because Cheese is the one that's pretty much talking. What up, One Hero?
One Hero, yes, we talking about WandaVision. Yeah.
Hey, One Hero, what's going on?
But yeah, man, like she's helping her out along the way with certain stuff, giving her advice. You know, hey, you know. He hates spoilers. He hates spoilers.
He haven't caught up yet. Ooh, okay.
Wrong place.
Wrong place right now. So the other part of that too is okay. So there are 2 things that are going on. So either she is captured and she's being experimented on, or B, this is all going on in her mind, because of course we know that in the real world, you know, Vision is not back as far as we know.
Right. And I feel like she captured because when the show is going off, they show that screen in the middle of a console, and it looks like they're in the lab somewhere.
Right.
So I-
That's
So here's what that is. Okay.
Okay.
I can tell you what that is. If you look when it pans back on the left side,
Mhm.
Sword is involved because I'm pretty sure somebody wondered like what was up with the dude that came out the suit with the B suit on. If you look on the back of
Right.
his suit, the symbol for Sword is there. Sword is in. So Sword is involved. So for those who wonder what Sword is, if you the very end, the end credit scene of Spider-Man Far From Home when Nick Fury woke up on the space station, that's Sword. Sword is Shield from a galactic perspective. But also in the trailer for WandaVision, there's this big giant red orb, and we kind of think that she may have like lost it. Like Tink just said in the chat, she had a mental break. And this big old red.
Like Sword captured her.
I think they're trying to break her out of it because in the second episode they were trying. It seemed like somebody was trying to talk to her because you see it glitch in episode 1 and there's episode 2 where it's like people are trying to break or snap her out of whatever she's in right now. Because when Monica Rambeau shows up in episode 2 in the trailer and also in the show on episode 2, she doesn't know why she's there.
Right.
But we know Monica Rambeau is a Sword agent as well, and she's also Captain Marvel, the first one.
And Tink says Swarm too, which for me would be the other lady when they ended up going to the little meeting, and the other lady that was seen to be picking on her some, the chief, the HBICTH in charge.
BITCH.
Yeah, you know what I was trying to say. But, but yeah, you know,
put on
she
it
may
as well.
be she gonna play a part, and the way
I
it
don't
was
know how to spell
starting to
nothing else.
transition into color, and you know what I'm saying, we gonna get.
So we got this. So at the end of the episode, so spoiler, real quick for those who lurking, she pregnant at the end of episode 2. So we're finna get the twins, and potentially what this is going to probably more likely be because the twins are part of Young Avengers. So they're gonna fast track. This show is gonna fast track a lot of stuff where they're gonna probably more likely end up with being in Young Avengers. Pretty sure. That's because we already know Young Avengers being formed in the background. We already see the pieces already moving from Hawkeye. And everything. So it's just we kind of know. And plus on top of that, Ant-Man villain is Kang, and who Kang always feuding with? The Young Avengers.
The Young Avengers.
So there's that part. Now, so WandaVision, let's just call it what it is, and they didn't call it that because it would have just gave away too much, and that's not how Marvel rolls. This is literally House of M for the MCU. Basically. This is House of M. Basically. And my theory is that going to your comment earlier in the show about X-Men, in House of M, she says no more mutants. I think in the MCU, she's gonna wish mutants into existence. She's gonna do the reverse because you know how MCU does. They do stuff backwards. They change the color of the freaking stones. Yeah. But if you ain't a true fan, you don't know they changed the colors of the stones. But they did.
But like,
there's more stones in the comics than it is in the movies. If you didn't know that either.
We have to get because we have to get, you know, to the mutants, and they have to roll the mutants in because of how Marvel was initially broken up. I feel like, you know, remember the show Legion? I feel like this is how they roll.
This show is so much like Legion as far as from a perspective of you don't know if I'm in the hate. I'm like Legion was just
you didn't know if you was in it.
And that was his power, so you really didn't even know.
Like he had so much going on, bro. At Legion, it was Omega tier mutant. Yeah,
and this is another Omega level mutant that we're dealing with too. On top of that,
So I wanna put in my input before we go on.
Go ahead.
Did you guys pay attention to the commercials in this show?
Yeah, Stark Enterprises and Hydra's Slick Hydra products.
Those are both traumatic. Those are both traumatic events for her if you think about it. And it's not just that you get a recap about her life as a Sokovian. and like how come she doesn't have her Sokovian accent anymore? But they got to bring that back and remind you, like, hey, this is where she's from, and why she doesn't have her accent anymore, being the fact that she was trained by Black Widow to be a spy in order to blend in with society.
Because in Age of Ultron, she slick still had that accent. Was it? No,
You
that
mean
was
Civil
the Age
War.
of Ultron. Civil War, yeah. She slick still had that accent, but as it progressed, she slowly got out of it.
Yeah, Tink, I don't think she's gonna kill Muse. I think she's gonna be the one that's gonna bring really kind of
Like in the comic, she killed Muse.
Yeah, she killed Muse, but I think in this she's gonna be the one that's gonna bring it into, because see, if you see how the show is the story is being told in the show, they're hiding who they are.
Yeah.
But in a sense, she's gonna basically, because she feels like she doesn't want to be looked at weird because she has abilities, she has power. Because think about it, most of the Avengers are people that just by circumstance were in these situations because Tony, he built a suit, he ain't got no legit powers. Thor, he's a freaking god, so I mean, he's a god. I mean, he got powers. So pretty much and then Hulk is just by experiment. So with this, she's basically gonna really make it be that everybody, in the world can feel what she feels as how she feels right now, which is feeling weird about having abilities and having powers.
So this really all ties back into what Young said. Like, this is the beginning of everything, and the clues are all there.
And then on top of that too, we already know it ties into the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, but it also Kevin Feige also said it ties into Spider-Man 3 as also.
Which is why I was saying that, WandaVision is the catalyst for everything. But what I would like to see WandaVision lead up to as far as these timelines, which he still wanted to play Tony, is if you read the comics when Tony Stark became paralyzed, everybody he had been through, which I feel like they kind of like pushed that part onto War Machine.
Yeah.
But, like everything he had been through, all the fights, it took a scorned woman to shoot him and make him paralyzed.
Yeah, true that.
So, Tony then broke some hearts.
So yeah, man. With this, I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that was apparent in this as far as
I just want to know this for kids. Like kids, how kids they come to the concept that Vision is a android. He's a robot. They probably go try to ask the question. I'm just paying certain parents for that. How did she get pregnant? Which
she's created a lot of
I was gonna say that.
But but that's what I'm saying. Like, I was just gonna roll that out. When you watch the show, you see that she just automatically just became pregnant out of nowhere.
Because when he ate that gum.
He was.
Oh yeah, my boy was drunk.
He was
drunk. I don't eat food. I don't eat food.
Spoil alert.
But yeah, man. It's like I said. I'm glad they dropped 2 episodes because it probably would have threw a lot of people off.
Yeah,
but I like
there are memes out there of there's memes out there of like how different people are taking the show. There's some people that are just like with the face of like, huh? There are some people that are, still kind of confused. You got that person that's like literally got a freaking map up, drawing connections to every single thing that are in that meme.
Yeah.
That meme.
So it's one of them. Like, had you even been paying attention to the previews, you knew it was gonna go into color eventually. It wasn't gonna stay in black and white.
Yeah.
So we'll see as it progresses. Friday is a few days away. 6 days, 5 days away now. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. It's gonna be very, like I said, this is probably gonna be one of the probably most, as far from all the shows, because there's gonna be so much. Like I said, the Easter eggs in this show is just like it's It's so much. Oh, to go back to the Easter egg that I mentioned earlier about. So there's a Easter egg about that in relation. This is in relation to Jessica Jones. It's a villain that's actually kind of pointed out. I think it's in the kitchen part. I can't think of the guy's name, but yeah, there's an Easter egg that's in relation to Jessica Jones. That's in there as well. But it's apparent. I know a lot of people probably didn't catch the sword thing, but I think sword is involved. Like sitting back from in the first episode when some person sits back from the monitor. So the rumor is that what's the old girl that was with Jane Foster and Thor? A lot of people saying that's her watching her on the monitor because Thor recruited her. A lot of people don't know that yet.
The at the time she was the young.
Yeah, she was supposedly she's been recruited by Sword because Sword is gonna have a lot of people. Sword is gonna when people were probably asking about like, oh, the Nick Fury show. The Nick Fury show is going to be Sword. That's we talked about that. We talked about that already before.
Ain't no sense of even trying to do anything dealing with Shield because we're well beyond Shield.
Well, for those who don't know how, the last 3 seasons of Agents of Shield, everything they were doing was all in space. When Quake got done with everything she was doing, they were doing a lot of galactic stuff in Agents of Shield towards the end of the season. And based on how the season ends, supposedly she's the old girl that's playing Quake is coming. Phil Coulson, he's gonna be supposed to be in the Sword TV show as well. Monica Rambeau, which we've already seen.
I hope they bring him back.
Monica Rambeau, which is in the show already, has already been kind of said that she is a Sword agent, which is why you see her there in that reality or whatever the hell we in the show, because she's probably trying to get to her to break her from this break or whatever. So she's part of that investigation with trying to get
Wanda back on.
Get Wanda back on track.
Yeah.
All right, so I finally finished Titans.
Like season 1 or 2?
Or the whole thing?
Both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I haven't finished season 2, but
yeah, man, like when you ain't got nothing else to do with your life, so
it's like I'm just gonna binge TV shows.
Yeah. So like with Titans, I was already thoroughly impressed with season 1. I just had to finish season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I like season 1.
It's a roller coaster ride, and it definitely is that. And to see how Jason got pushed away, and when he come back, when Jason come back, Jason gonna be that dude.
Yep.
I like the actor. Yeah, I love the actor that they got to play old man Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I like his perception. I like the way that Raven, I'm under the perception that Raven brought them all together so that they can join back as the Titan, because they all went their separate ways because Robin finally told the truth.
So, okay, since you watch season 2, spoiler alert for anybody that ain't watched season 2. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it as unrevealing as possible. The person who got killed.
Yeah.
I was
kind of dead.
No, I know that because she's I can't even say it. I don't want to say it.
Raven?
I don't even like
Raven goes with the person that gets killed to learn how to control her powers from this.
Yeah.
Oh, what you call his daughter dies?
Yeah. In the way she does, but I think she's gonna do it to come back as a more powerful version. There's a different version of her in the comics that are just way more just kick ass. Because bro, when she made her intro, when she came in on Starfire, when Starfire was losing, and boy, she came in and with that lasso and just like kicked her ass. And, real quick, have y'all seen the Starfire show? What's called to play Starfire? She showed her new costume.
Did we made a post about it on
Instagram,
right? Yeah, we made a post about it.
Yeah,
but
more Starfire-ish.
I like the fact I like the next arc he's finna go into. Huh?
No, that's what I'm gonna say about that.
Oh yeah, but I like the next arc he's finna go into. Now it's finna really get into that Teen Titans realm, Starfire and Blackfire. So I like that arc.
Man,
yeah,
I like that arc he's finna go into.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Gonna be very interesting.
So I mean, from what we seen that we gonna have Red Hood. We seen that we gonna have Blackfire.
and
So
also Scarecrow has been mentioned as a villain that's gonna be in the season.
yeah,
Also, it's gonna pop up.
Nice.
So we're gonna have some.
but
It's gonna be
I
good.
like the fact that Dick and Bruce reconciled.
Yeah,
I like that too.
Dick was more, that Bruce was, for the first time, was acting more as a father and a mentor versus, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, "What do you need?" He was like, "I need the house in San Francisco, pops."
Basically, bro.
Get this man a shield.
But you know, when Bruce was in his mind, you know, when he was conjuring up Bruce, like that was legit asshole Bruce.
Yeah.
Right.
He said, thank God Alfred wasn't here to see this. I couldn't do nothing but laugh.
Hell yeah.
You know, but you Dick mature. And you know what I'm saying? When he, you know, saw him mature to get in his actual Nightwing suit. So
All right.
yeah, man.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap this issue of NerdFlow Podcast, issue 168. Please follow us on all our socials. We appreciate all the new followers of the channel. I know I missed one follow. XXO Alpha, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Play for stopping through once again. One hero.
Exactly. Thank you guys for stopping through. Just so you guys know, we're pretty much live every single Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Central. Twitch.tv/NerdFlow Podcast. We're on all major podcast platforms. So if you miss,
shout out Wispy.
If you miss some of the show, all the different providers that are popping across the screen that are scrolling through, we're on all those platforms. So please go check us out on any platform you feel comfortable with listening to us on. If they have a rating system, give us a thumbs up, stars, whatever it is the rating system is, that helps us out as well. And yeah, man, we will catch you guys on next week's edition of NerdFlow Podcast.
All right. Peace out, guys. Thank y'all so much.
Holler.
I'm trying to decide, do I